They've gained notoriety, but also millions of views across social media. But now Josh Pieters and Archie have turned their attention to Just Stop Oil. They gave them a taste of their own medicine when they infiltrated the eco-warriors and managed to stage a counter-protest against them.
So they disrupted the group when they were gathering for their annual banquet by doing this. Have a look. So they put deafening alarms, as you can hear, ear-piercing, actually, in helium balloons as they sat down to eat. And, of course, they'd chosen a very high-ceilinged venue for their banquet. So it was utterly impossible. You could see them staring up, looking perplexed, to know what to do. Well, Josh and Archie join us now. I guess the only thing that might have got those down was some kind of air rifle, and they don't seem like the sort of people that would have those on them, do they, really?
No, they didn't have air rifles, but I did see that there was a man who was attempting to make a bow and arrow to shoot one of the balloons down.
Yeah. His aim was terrible, unfortunately. He ended up hitting the nave of the church rather than doing
watching him try. Are you sure they're not the kind of people with air guns?
Sorry, just 1 second. Did you totally disrupt it at the point where they couldn't continue?
Yeah, so we had a mole working in Just Stop Oil for about a week. So we were on all their secret communication groups. They use an app called Signal so that the police can't get involved. And we sent our mole protesting, and then they had this big banquet. So we got there just as their harpist was playing some tunes and a 100% plant-based meal was being served. We sent 4 actors with large orange balloons and very loud alarms. And it's 42 feet, as you say, so it's really quite hard to get them down. It's essentially very childish. If we're totally honest with ourselves, not that elaborate.
It's important work.
It's important work. Look, so... Sorry, Ed, you were going to say something.
No, it's fine.
OK, so, you know, you did this, which might make many who've been disrupted, either by watching something that got disrupted or have their journeys, might make them give a wry smile. But, of course, for them, they're trying to save the planet. That's what
By having a banquet, which, of course, is famously the best way you can tackle climate change.
Yeah.
Of course.
OK, so you're being mischievous. Are you seriously against them? Do you think that they are wrong in what they do? Or is this part of your approach, which is being pranksters?
I think they're well-intentioned, and I just think that they've lost their way slightly. It was interesting. What our mole said to us after sort of being amongst them was it seemed that they were more interested in being rebels and their group that they'd formed, which felt like it was them against the world, and they were becoming more interested in being arrested and becoming the sort of face of a rebellion rather than actually wanting to tackle climate change, which I found really interesting.
And we know that the head of the UN group on climate change has said that these kind of tactics now don't work. Came out yesterday and said that. We know that some of the former founders of Extinction Rebellion and Just Stop Oil are saying you're not bringing people with you, your tactics aren't working. So this was a comment more on the tactics that they're using to bring people with them rather than the motivations behind their cause.
And your tactics, I mean, you've done something here which was disruptive, but it wasn't illegal, was it? I just kind of wondered, are you determined to stay on the right side of the law?
Our biggest expense is, well, my biggest expense is beer and lawyers. Those are the 2 things that we spend most of our money on.
So you're getting legal advice to stop breaking the law?
We get legal advice to make sure we're not breaking the law, yeah.
As opposed to...
We haven't ever broken it. Yeah. It's not lawyers as in tomorrow I'm at the magistrate's court. No, it's lawyers as in before any action to make sure we're on the right side.
But your mole said that the Just Stop Oil meetings they were at, they were doing the opposite. They were looking for not just the thing which is disruptive, but the thing which would break the law?
Yeah, so they would then, before going out to protest, they would ask for a show of hands who wanted to be arrested that day. So they know that they get warned by the police with the Section 28 notice, and then they wait until it's time to be arrested, and the people who want to be arrested then stay on the road instead of clearing off the road after the police warn them, and those people then get arrested and go spend the night in jail. So the intention is very much, we are going to get arrested today. I'm not sure what that's achieving. I know it's costing the police a huge amount of money, but that seems to be the tactic that Just Stop Oil are going for.
And what are you achieving? I mean, are you just a couple of jokers?
Yes, essentially.
Who are just trying to get, you know, kind of hits on social media, or is there anything that you're trying to achieve seriously?
We work in the space of entertainment. We're not the mob, but we always try and do something that has a bit of a point. And
what's the point?
The point here is their tactics aren't doing anything to solve climate change, and if they carry on and the public keep being put off the cause, which polling shows that it is, climate change isn't going to be solved. So it is, of course, a piece of entertainment. There's an element of people looking at it and probably feeling quite good if they're a single mother who couldn't get to the hospital.
There's a history of this kind of comedy, I think, in the UK as well, which we grew up on, where you give someone a taste of their own medicine in a sort of satirical way, and I think we've done that effectively and left a lot of people in Britain feeling like, well, that was actually quite deserved.
What have they said to you? Have they told you about what happened? Have they given you their comments?
So they said that they were big fans of our action design. They were big fans of our protests. So
they're going to hire you?
Yeah.
We'd make a lot more money that way, actually. We just got ourselves on a retainer.
Oh, no, does that mean we're going to go to things and find there's orange helium balloons with alarms going off?
By alarms.
Hopefully that doesn't
You've given them ideas.
Yeah. No, they loved it. They took it really well. Yeah. You can't be an organisation...
Because the Royal Albert Hall is like a very high ceiling.
That would go really... Yeah, that would be
really
problematic.
Bad.
Really problematic. You can't do the kind of work they do and then complain when non-violent disruptive process is taken against you. So
give us an example of some of the other things you've done very quickly, if you can.
We've Piers Corbyn, the anti-vaxxer, we bribed him with monopoly money by telling him we were from AstraZeneca and saying, could you focus your anti-vax efforts more on Pfizer?
We listed a restaurant on Deliveroo, except that restaurant, which was called the Italian Stallion, was actually just the microwave in our flat. And every time we got an order, we'd run down to Waitrose, get a frozen meal, put it in the microwave, and that meal would then go to whoever had ordered it.
Five-star restaurant, by the way. We had excellent reviews on Deliveroo, just for the record. People loved it, which makes you wonder when you're ordering off Deliveroo.
On our website, Gemma Collins was our head chef. Oh. Yeah. But Deliveroo didn't pick up on any of that. And
Waitrose's own brand, or were you...
we were Waitrose's own brand, Ed. Yeah, we might sound ridiculous, but we're real, genuinely.
Look, we would love to talk about this nonsense more.
It's not nonsense, Ed. It's very serious.
It's very serious stuff.